Hi everybody, it's Brad with the Big Family Homestead, and in this video, I must admit, we're heading into kind of crazy waters, maybe 1984-ish waters. So before we get cracking, so to speak, I think it's important that we take a moment, grab our tinfoil hats, affix them securely, because we could be getting ready to enter the twilight zone. Now let's get cracking. So yeah, hey everybody, it's Brad with the Big Crazy Homestead, and well, maybe not so crazy. I gotta show you something that happened yesterday, and then we'll talk, and you decide if I'm crazy or we're all in the same wacky boat. Here we go. All right, people, please take a look at this. This is absolutely crazy. I want you to take a look at this because of what I'm getting ready to share with you. And it's kind of 1984 Big Brother, super creepy, but this is important. Let's get cracking. I seem to have lost one of my antlers. Okay, here's the scoop, kids. I, yesterday, was on a conversation, a telephone conversation, with Tommy over at the Off-Grid Nation. Now, the reason why this is interesting, and you guys please print your comments, your ideas, your suggestions down below, and if they are like style tips for my tinfoil hat, yes, please. But this is what's kind of weird and creepy and all that. Recently, I had just put together a new computer. In an effort to be a good steward of my family's money, I sold a more expensive computer, took some of the money, built a new computer, that way I could save a good, few $100s on the difference and use that for the family. Well, I built this computer and I plugged in my webcam, and it had been plugged in for a good 2 days, and I hadn't really thought about it. But then, yesterday, Tommy, the Off-Grid Nation rock star, had basically, we had a conversation. We were talking about different technology for our cameras. And I was telling him, because the problem with making these videos, especially for him, is he's outside and he's working and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, the issue is, it's a pain in the butt to set your camera up, find a tripod, or make it level, and then do your work, get it back, edit it. It makes everything like 10 times longer to get done a basic thing. So I found, I'm sorry, I did not find it. I had been told, and we were having a conversation about this new gizmo that you just saw. And what it does is you put a little tracking device on you, and it follows you. So that way you just do your work, and the camera knows, okay, I'm supposed to zoom, I'm supposed to tilt, and it makes your job 10 billion times easier. Now here is where we start getting into crazy wacky land, okay? This is what happened. Whoa, I lost an antler. Oh my God. There. This one's gonna be, online for $39.95. Basically, what had happened is we had this conversation, okay? I didn't think anything about it. Then about 2 hours later, I'm just clicking away, go to my Gmail, and then this ad pops up. And I'm thinking to myself, what? And it is specifically and exactly the product that we didn't even know the name of the product, but it was exactly the product that we were talking about. We're just like, hey, I heard about this camera thing that does this. And it kind of went, huh? So my tinfoil hat went nuts, and I was like, wait a minute. How did this happen? Because I didn't type anything into Google. I did not search it, neither did Tommy, and yet it came up. And the only thing different about my computer was the fact that there was a webcam that had a microphone plugged in. Uh-oh. Scratching his beard pensively. And so I started to think, wait a minute. When I got my TV about 2 years ago, I remember that there was a terms of service contract that when you went through the screens and you had to turn it on, it said, and I read it because I don't usually read it. I mean, let's face it, we're all kind of like, yes, 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 I want to get to this app. I don't care. Just yes, 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 let me use it. And then all of a sudden you got 5 billion things with spyware on your computer and you're scratching your head going, what happened? That's what happened. But anyway, so I'm sitting here with this TV, right? And I actually remember reading it, and it said, we will use your data, we will do this, we will do that. We have recording devices in the freaking TV. What? It basically said we can turn on the mic anytime we want. There are cameras in those things. And I could not believe it. I was scratching my head going, this is so stinking 1984. It's scary. And now fast forward to, when I'm dealing with this crazy nonsense with the camera, and I'm thinking to myself, how many of those terms of service things do we just blaze through, and then they literally say, hey, by the way, we're going to go ahead and turn your camera on anytime we want. We're going to listen to anything that we want. We're going to sell that data to people that are selling widgets and gadgets and cameras and this and that, and there's nothing you can really do about it as long as you want to use our service. So there it is, folks. I kind of just had this big old poof moment where it's like, I mean, you know this stuff is going on. You know it's out there, but you never think it's happening to you until all of a sudden it's wham in your face. And don't get me wrong, I've had those instances where, they have the little target market stuff pop up, but it's always been in the past about something I've typed into Google, or I've searched, or I've looked for, or I've looked at videos for, and then I can get that. That's metadata that the computer will go, okay, this guy is into self-reliance and he therefore would want X, Y, and Z. No, this was specific. It knew the product that I was looking for, even though I didn't know the name of the product. Not only did it go find the product, it spit it directly into a place where it knew I was going to find it. Now, amplify that times, this is 2016. What does 2018 look like? Now, in the comments down below, has this happened to you? Number one, I'm not talking about the basic, I typed a thing in Google and it came out and it said, oh, you like flashlights, because you were just searching flashlights. I'm saying, have you ever had anything that was just completely like, all I was doing was talking to my wife, and then poof, it showed up on the computer. Crazy, wacky, tinfoil hatty kind of stuff. Have you ever had that happen to you, number one? And number two, is there anything we can do about it minus unplugging from the internet? And that's a double-edged sword, guys. That's the thing, because the reality for me is this is an incredible tool of knowledge, learning, community, and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to unplug, but yet I go, my privacy is being violated all the time. And actually, maybe it's not even being violated because I probably checked off some box somewhere. In a terms of service, but that's how they get you. They're like, here's this wonderful gadget that you cannot live without. Just check yes, and then you can use it too. And then poof, all of a sudden you're locked into some weird invisible cage that they're selling your data, and yuck. I'm not sure if that's where I want to be in terms of living my life. I don't know about you guys. Comment down below. Have you had anything weird? Is there any way we can combat this minus just getting out? Is there any way to get out of it without getting out of it? So there it is. There's the quick thought. Got an interview coming up later tonight with Farmer Meemaw channel. So you guys don't miss out. That's going to be tonight at 7 o'clock. I'm Brad with the Big Family Homestead. You guys have an amazing day.